Okay, now we just looked at the direction. So for the first one, we find out that it was positive z direction, and the second one was negative z direction. Now let's understand what the magnitudes are. To find the magnitude, again, you can kind of see it in this box here, but I'm just going to write it again. So this is I cross j, and I'm writing the magnitude. Just like this format here, this was the magnitude of A cross B in general, like the vectors A and B are general vectors. It says the first one's magnitude. So what is the magnitude of I? It's simply 1, right? Because it's a unit vector. And the second vector's magnitude, this j hat, also has a magnitude of 1. And the angle between them, I is along x direction, j is along y direction. The angle between them is 90 degrees, so it's going to be sine 90. And what is sine 90? It's simply 1. So that's why you're getting the magnitude of I cross j hat is 1. And you'd get the same thing between j and I hat. The magnitude wise, it's also 1, j cross I hat. Okay, but the direction is negative, so you're getting a negative k hat vector. And if you keep going like this, let's just check the others as well to see why we are getting those answers. So I'm going to focus on the next one, which is, so we got these two. Let's do j cross k hat. So you're doing, again, 4 fingers along j direction. But again, when you put your 4 fingers along j direction, you can like kind of twist your hand 360 degrees, right? Kind of try to do that. Make sure the 4 fingers are pointing along j direction, j hat direction, positive y direction, and you can turn your hand 360 degrees, right? And you can still point 4 fingers up. When do you fix your hand? Okay, because you need to, it has to be some certain position. That depends on the second vector here. So you have j cross k hat. You are going to curl your 4 fingers towards k hat. So you kind of make your palm point to the second vector. Okay, it's very important. Point to the second vector in the cross product, which in this case it is k vector, k hat, right? So I'm gonna kind of stop there, and then when I draw my hand again, let's just show the hand here. So I have like my 4 fingers pointing like this, right? And then the thumb stretched out. My palm is pointing towards k hat. So this is kind of the direction that it points. That is k hat. And I'm curling my fingers towards from j to k. In that case, my thumb is pointing along the I hat direction. Okay, so that tells you your answer is gonna be I hat, as you can see it here. Okay, I hope this is clear. Again, this is not an easy topic. It's 3-dimension. You're using the right hand. Again, when I draw my right hand, it's always like the right hand. This is my right hand, right? If it was left hand, I would draw it this way. So we are not using left hand. Make sure to use right hand. The orientation is different. Where the thumb is and the 4 fingers are. And I'm kind of looking at the palm on each, okay, not the other side of my hand. Okay, so this is the third cross product on the list, and let's now check the fourth one here. K cross j hat. If you compare with the previous one, you can see that the vector is flipped. Then you're gonna get a negative I hat, as you should, and that would mean like you just put your thumb on the other side. Then that would kind of give you the negative I hat direction. But how you get that is really you're putting your 4 fingers along the z direction and making sure that you curl your fingers up towards j hat. And the only way you can do is by pointing your thumb along the negative I hat direction. Okay, and this one is a little bit awkward to hold your hand, so just give it a try for all of them, because this has to be really clearly understood to be able to do some torque problems coming soon. Okay, so let's get rid of some of the things here. And let's look at the next one, I cross k hat. So again, this is your vector I, and I'm gonna cross it towards k. I'm not gonna draw my hand again. 4 fingers along x direction, you're curling it towards k. The only way I can do that if my thumb is pointing down the y direction, so that's gonna be negative j hat. When you switch I and k, you are gonna get negative of this, which is in this case positive j hat. Double check that though. Now you're doing k cross I hat, so you're curling your fingers from k to I. Okay, so it's again, order is very crucial in cross product. And the good news is there are like 9 terms in when you use unit vectors, but 3 of them are 0. Okay, not so good news. In dot product we had 6 of them 0, only 3 survived. Now we have the opposite way, because you can see that there are 6 terms non-zero and only 3 terms 0. It's opposite to what we had in dot product. And again, the I.I, J.J, K.K were the only ones that gave us non-zero. The others gave us 0. Now it's opposite to the dot product. Okay, because in the dot product you took the ones that were parallel to each other. Those are the ones that gave you non-zero. In cross product, it is the ones that are perpendicular to each other that gives you non-zero. Okay, you can see it on this kind of check. Okay, again, it is very order sensitive, so be careful with that. Kind of make sure to use your right hand, because I've seen so many people, especially in the like exams and such, or when you're like writing things, it doesn't have to be, it could be like problem solving. When you're writing things, like when you use your right hand, if you're right-handed, you tend to use your left hand because you still hold your pencil on the right hand. Don't make that mistake, okay? Make sure to use right hand. The order will change otherwise, and you will get the wrong answer if you use your left one. Okay, so another way that we can do this is using determinants. Okay, so we're going to discuss that again. This is more math than physics, but it is very useful math that we will use it in torque calculations mostly for this semester, and later on in any cross product equation we will be using all these information, so it's very important for next semester as well. So what are determinants? We're going to discuss that, okay? And if you look at the above results, like A cross B, we said AB sine theta in magnitude, so we still have that, okay? So if you know the magnitude of A, magnitude of B, and the angle between them, I would definitely use AB sine theta. But sometimes the vectors will be given in unit vectors, just like these two here. So we have the vector A and B in unit vectors, and to find the cross product, it's like I need to find the angle between them. I don't know what the angle is between A and B, so there's another way that you can use. And again, that's about determinants. And we did this similar thing in dot product, so we are going to just kind of start the math the similar way. So what we do first is, okay, let's just write what we know. A cross B. What is A? So we put A in here, and B is right there, so it's A cross B. And then distribute, right? When you distribute, you will have 9 terms, okay? Because like this AX I had will be multiplied by these 3, and then I have the Y component multiplied with these 3, and then the Z component multiplied with these 3. So each will give you 1 term, and total you will have 9 of them. And that's what we're having here. So AX, BX, those are the coefficients of the unit vectors. You're going to separate the coefficients from the vectors, and then in parentheses we're just putting the vectors, as you can see, in the cross product, I cross I. What was I cross I? Look up here, it is 0, so this is going to go to 0. Okay, and then next term is ax with by. Those are the components, the kind of the coefficients, to take them out of the parentheses, and then in parentheses only put the vectors I cross j. Okay, because this has I, this has j. And what is I cross j? Again, you can make use of what we just discussed here. I cross j was k hat, so that's gonna be the k hat. So if you look at this term here, just want to show this. So this term here is the term right here. Look what happened. Ax by stays the same. I cross j becomes k hat. Okay, that's what we're gonna do afterwards. So we're gonna think about all those 9 terms, what they are. If I do this quickly, I know that all the same vectors, if you do like the cross product between the same vectors, I cross I, j cross j, k cross k, they're gonna give us 0. So let's just find them. J cross j here and k cross k here. Those are 0. The other ones are gonna be non-zero. So I'm gonna look into, kind of use what I know from the earlier case and kind of think about what they are. So here we have I cross k. I cross k is, let's find it, negative j hat. So I'm gonna put this in here, and here comes a negative, and negative j hat is I cross k. Again, we'll keep doing this. J cross I now, this is negative k hat, and here you go, you have k hat here and negative in the front. Okay, so let's do the 3 more like that, and we have now j cross k, k hat, and I'm gonna look at what I have for that. This is positive I hat, so AYBZ, I hat is my answer, and it's positive, as you can see. K cross I hat is j hat. Let's put that in. It's positive again. First AZBX and then j hat instead of k cross I hat. And the last one is k cross j hat, and k cross j hat here is negative I, right? We're gonna use that, and you can see that there's negative and I hat, and coefficient is AZBY as we have it in the equation. Okay, so it looks like it's a little bit detailed, right? Maybe quite a bit like detailed, but again, this is a long way to do it. So you're just really distributing all those 9 terms and thinking individually what they are. There is an easier way, but important thing is, once you get this, again, look at, this is where we are now, right? We have like 6 terms left, and you can combine the I hat terms, like these 2 are I hat, and there's one positive, the other one is negative, and you can write them like that. And then combine the j hats, like these ones. You can see the j hat here, and also the k hat terms right here, and kind of simplify it to 3 terms instead. Okay, and this takes some time to get here, right? I mean, it takes a lot of time, but we can use this. We can use a determinant to figure this out, and I think I'm gonna talk about that in the next video.